Multi-6 for Phil. Badlands to start the game for Dave. Flooded Strand for Phil.
Actually, no, it's still 1 under 9 because I can still call the rings wins on story. So it's still
Nucalyptus with the correct take. Universes Beyond is fun. I've accepted it. I thought it was fun from day one, everybody.
but I did for a second forget.
And I'm being proven right every day. Every single day. All right, Kaplan checking email. Oh no, getting live totals ready. Oh no, do we have 2 phones? Oh boy. Bowmasters.
So I'll deal 4 to you. And minus 4. That's good. Sure.
Yeah, when The Walking Dead Secret Lair dropped and people were losing their minds, I was laughing so hard. I was laughing. This brainstorm got responded to by a Lord of the Rings card from Universes Beyond, Orcish Bowmasters. And the Twitch chat is losing their minds.
Yeah, the backside disenchant 5.
The Orc army is now a 5-5, everybody. After this ponder.
Good.
So ponder shuffle. Swinging for 6. Phil goes down to 8.
Ready? Yep.
Roberts is convinced that Bowmasters is good in the Miracles matchup. Here's Goblin Engineer. Looks like it's going to resolve. Grindstone goes into the yard.
Your grindstone, right?
What's up?
It was your grindstone, right?
Oh, is it? Sweet.
so.
Yeah. Trigger. Everything is possible in the upside.
I think Dave Kaplan was saying that I got this Grindstone from you. I think Phil at one point asked me, do you know anybody that wants a Korean Grindstone? And I said, of course I do.
Prismatic ending the orc.
All right, Prismatic ending on the Orc army, and it is gone. So one less threat. The Orcish Bowmaster still is out there, though. People of the chat, it's week 1 of the Lord of the Rings metagame. What Lord of the Rings cards have you put in your decks besides Bowmaster? Have you been testing the One Ring? Have you been testing Delighted Halfling? What have you been testing, chat and YouTube commenters? Dubby says, I feel like I am watching the price of Orcish Bowmasters climb live. Yeah, as we're streaming right now, the prices are just going up. It's crazy. Once I put this up on YouTube, forget it. It's over. It's over. They're going to be like $600 a pop. US dollars. What is that in euros? I don't know. 550. Spin says, neat to see Badlands on here. I bought MTG from around Revised to Ice Age, and that art brings back amazing card shop memories. Good to have you here, Spin Scott. I was there back in the Ice Age days, jamming terrible Magic cards against my cousins.
Yep.
We were talking about Spike Colony earlier.
You're not too far. You're not too far. I made a mistake. Not too far if you want to go. Okay. I appreciate that.
All right, some people said Boromir, Halflings, the One Ring. Equinox doesn't have black duels, so not getting Bowmaster. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. The dual lands, everybody. We need them legal. This wouldn't be the same format. Yeah, I think dollars and euros are exactly the same right now or something. Yeah. Economy.
Attempted Council's Deliberation.
Council's Deliberation. Dave Kaplan has to give it a read. I'll get the tart card text up on the board. Up on the tape. Up on the screen, I should say. There's Council's Deliberation. Phil has been playing it alongside Ponder. And it's looked decent so far. I don't know if it's as good as modern staple expressive iteration. Let's not get carried away. Right, everybody? I don't know if it compares to modern staples yet.
Yeah. I will target.
Oh yes, it's right.
Source to Plowshares has been targeted by Snapcaster, and it's being fired off on Painter. And Engineer brings back Grindstone. Phil's still in danger here.
Yeah.
Are we about to see a prismatic ending? No, Ponder.
One black loading.
Sheesh. Yeah, if Bowmaster was an artifact, I think that would be too much. Yeah, Swords to Plowshare should be exiled. The Painter Servant was sacrificed, so it should not. But I don't think it's going to matter. Phil scoops it up. Dave had the win on the board.
I mean, man after my own heart.
Sorry about the error. Thorn of Amethyst. Okay. Pretty good. Our Bowmaster and the Scry card, the only two Lord of the Rings cards seeing play. So far on today's stream, yeah, but I wouldn't say in the entire Legacy metagame right now. All right, a second Thorn comes in.
Yes. I'm a teacher.
Captain's going to start making some constructs here. Double Thorn is nasty. Wendy is right. There's a construct. And it's the wrong construct token, which we're going to put in the notes.
With the construct on the side, I'm going to crack these two. Swords this game.
Swordsing the old construct with the new one getting created. Paying enough mana.
And then before you pop, I'll just crack again. Go ahead.
Can we get Chris a token box for stream? With all DCI approved tokens. Is that necessary, everybody? Is that necessary?
Or is that a second?
I don't know.
Go ahead. Yep. Yep.
You've been playing Marvel this year?
You got the issue. Blue.
All right, now a painter comes in. Name's Blue, it looks like. So Kaplan has the combo on the board. Painter plus Grindstone, that is. It's 3 to activate Grindstone.
Yep.
Stuff.
Yep.
Other way.
Okay, fine. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, no.
Good.
Taking 2 is 1 Arcana Murder.
Yeah.
You good?
Oh, our concept of beating system.
That are off color.
Okay, swinging for
5, 6.
5, 6.
I'll take 6.
No blocks.
Yep.
Makes sense to get an attack in there. No, if we're going to see a main phase activation of Grindstone.
Good.
Okay, Dave holding off for now. 5.
No blocks.
Force Phil to make the first move here. Maybe. As far as a removal spell to remove Painter's Servant. And in the meantime, clock Phil for 6. This is the last turn of the game, likely for Phil. Looks like Phil just drew a Source of Plowshares, though. But that doesn't do a ton on its own.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Double Thorns makes Phil's plays limited here. Double Swords could be interesting. It's possible Dave has a Red Blast.
Yeah.
Swords on the Construct.
Sure. Gain 5. Lose 1.
Construct down. Painter and Grindstone remain on the table. Phil has to be careful about fetching here. I don't think Phil would fetch in this situation. If Phil has another removal spell, that is. I mean, still has to be careful fetching.
I have 5 cards.
5 cards in Phil's hand. Two Source of Plowshares are already in the graveyard. Can't snap plow here.
I do have submit.
Not enough mana.
Good.
The issue is that
Yep.
This is just so
it is. I left my Taiga at home. I realized
Okay, so replace the City of Traders with an Ancient Tomb.
I didn't make the switch.
Oh, you can tap.
It's like a normal. Gosh, it interacts with some level.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's only 4 fetchable.
Golden Turn.
Yes.
Go.
Stuff captain? This
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
I guess.
So now it's basically.
Badlands.
Might be able to.
Potentially.
We shall find out. Yep. On your
You got the damage?
Could potentially turn on Red Blasts or Power Blasts in Dave's hand. I think I said before that Dave could Red Blast or Power Blast, but Dave didn't have red mana. I don't know why I thought that he did. It's possible I messed up.
I mean, it's all sad.
Oh, it's
Okay, Goblin Welder comes in. That's the turn.
I'll go to 2.
Fetch for Phil. Going down to 2.
In response to trigger.
I'm going to attempt to put Sword Splashes on top of my deck.
Go to 20.
Dubby says, what are the S tier decks in Legacy right now? I don't think anyone can
Plus attack for 4.
make a
I should also preface this is your
statement about what decks are in what tiers at this point in time.
Yep.
There are people talking about tiers in June 20-something, 2023. They don't know what they're talking about.
You had been playing Reanimator for a long time, so you're changing it up with your Reanimator.
Yep.
Do you have other deck?
Tiers are to be determined. Grindstone has been activated, everybody. Swords on Painter in response.
no swords.
Maybe I don't
I'm playing much, and I'm always like, time, right? Like Black Saga, Storm deck.
Surgical?
Oh, you tried it?
Okay, so Surgical has now been put into the graveyard along with Surgical Extraction.
I was not there, but I saw it. I was following Oh, the deck, the list itself. Yeah.
It says I need to wait.
Ooh, Terminus pretty good. Is Phil stabilizing? Wow.
I'll pass.
Fighting through quite a bit here.
That's probably Storm. One day you guys just show up with the control deck and just got everybody else. They're trying to storm you and forcing them. I saw that comment. I mean, honestly, the most I was thinking about, I saw the guy that I think won the SUV, the one that won the 10K, but the guy that's kind of famous, Brian. Oh, Brian Cole. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, Goblin Welder comes in after a moon. And 3 power on the board. Phil at 2 life. Double Thorn plus the moon is a real pain in the butt. Here's Ponder.
Draw your Ramada? Yes. Okay. Sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Goes land in that.
Titans of just slamming powerful spells.
All right, Ponder Shuffle for Phil. Dave taps the deck. Phil draws what looks like a brainstorm, and that is a handshake.
You have Weaver.
You don't have anything.
No.
I play 2.
The,
Yeah, no.